Today, we become legends.
Hey, my name's Inter, and welcome back to the channel, and as you can see on screen, we've got Aladdin in-game, just showcased on the Titan Talk. Of course, they had a blog post earlier today going over, like, some general information about him and some, like, brief spoilers about the kit and stuff, but they just showcased him fully in-game, his entire kit, and he looks absolutely amazing, man. They're now 3 for 3 on Smite 2 God releases. I'm confident this is going to be an absolutely hype release. He's got some really interesting, unique mechanics that we've never seen in Smite before, like wall running and, like, a cage match ultimate and stuff like that. He looks absolutely sick, so without further ado, let's just jump right in.
We're in game with Aladdin and Smite 2.
So I'm just gonna fire off all of his abilities, and we will see how it goes.
1 second, Paul. Give us a
sound.
second. I need to unmute the laptop here. Now we should be good.
Yes.
So sick, dude.
Let's settle this.
There's the lamp.
So
And now we
sick.
fight.
So
And just for
sick.
good measure, Tower Killer. We won the fight.
We win.
So yeah, there you go. That's his full kit in just like a general rotation, as you might do in a fight and stuff. There's tons of cool stuff there. I really like that he has a unique attack chain as well. I feel like for a melee assassin, having a unique attack chain is like kind of essential. Seems like he has a sort of like 3 regular hits and then like 3 quick swipes that are cleave, actually. They'll show that in a second, so that will really help the jungle clear and maybe lane clear if he ends up being viable in any role other than jungle. But of course, if you haven't seen the blog, he is intended to be a jungler. He's going to be a magical jungler similar to Ao Kuang and Maran Brigitte, that kind of playstyle. But yeah, of course, I'm going to go more in depth on like each individual ability and stuff like that, so we'll continue.
So yeah, there you get to see quite a lot of his abilities, and I think...
But probably not even all of them.
Right.
Yeah, we actually didn't get to see his 2 Refire. We haven't seen his wishes at all. And I didn't even show that you actually have cleaving auto attacks. I don't know if I'm quite in cleaving range here. Yeah, I am.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. So he's got like
So,
cleaving
lots of
basic
interesting stuff to go
attacks.
over in
Yeah,
detail.
I told you, chat. This is one of the craziest scouts we've ever
So
done.
sick.
He is really fun to play. He's actually really fun to play against, too, because, like, the way that your team has to, like, it's fun. Anyway, I'll let you talk.
There's
I'm sorry.
nothing like just walking up a lane and seeing an Aladdin running on a wall towards you. It's just
Yeah, that
something
wall run is
totally
so
new in
sick, man.
Smite. Yeah.
Yep. So I guess let's go.
They'll show the wall run more later. I won't delay too much, but it looks like it functions incredibly well. You know, you would expect with such a weird mechanic that's never been introduced, and with Smite being, you know, like not necessarily a fully 3D game, you'd think it wouldn't work very well, but it looks like it works really well.
Oh, just step by step. The first thing first is his passive. You can see actually it has the lamp in
Oh,
his...
hide our cameras for 1
Yep.
second. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Thank you.
We have the lamp, which is actually in his inventory at all time. This passively just gives him 17% of all stats from items, and this is just because it's taking up an inventory slot. It just adapts to however you are building to make sure that it doesn't feel like a loss for having this in your inventory.
Yeah, so that's just going to be broken. I feel like, you know, like this, obviously the active wishes we'll get to in a second, but just passively, he doesn't pay for this item, he just spawns with it. He just gains 17% of all stats from other items. And like, obviously at some point you're going to sell this once you've used all 3 of the wishes. It is like the way you get the wishes is through the active item, but eventually you'll use all 3 of those and you'll sell this item. But up until you're 5 slotted, you're only going to sell it when you're going for your 6th slot item. So up until you're 5 slotted, you're just getting 17% more stats than anyone else is in the game. That just seems kind of broken to me, because like, there's not really a downside. Yes, it takes up an inventory slot, but eventually you'll just sell it. So for like a solid 20 to 25 minutes until you get 6 slotted, are you just going to get 17% more stats than everyone else? I feel like maybe this might need to be nerfed.
If anything, it's actually kind of better than a normal item, but you can always sell it once you're done with using your 3 wishes, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
This actually gives you access to the active ability, which swaps your whole abilities to these wishes. So you can see Aladdin's now kind of looking.
Oh, the lamp lights up as well. That's sick.
And you see one's grayed out, which I'll get into detail. The first one is
But why is it great?
wealth.
There you go.
So he wishes for wealth. This gives him an immediate 250 gold, as well as makes it for the next 3 minutes. Every god kill and assist that you get gives you 100 bonus gold. So this is the shot calling.
Crazy,
this is
man.
I think I'm about to go off. I think we're about to win a big team fight. I think my gank's about to be really successful. You wish for wealth and you try and make that play work.
Go out, get that money. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that there's a bit
second-
of an active component to that as well. You know, you gain 100 gold per kill as well, so it's not just like you're just going to wish for this in base when you need an item. You know, you probably do want to use it right before a fight to get max value.
One is for immortality, which is only accessible if you are dead. At which point you get to immediately revive.
There we go.
Immediately
Oh, yeah, man.
revive, chat.
You get to immediately revive, and you get a big burst of speed as you leave the base to join back into the fight. Again, these are once per game per wish. You only
Yeah,
get
so you're gonna have to use them at the right
once.
time.
You only get immortality once, and the final one is power, which I won't be able to showcase as easily because I'm cheating right now, so I have no cooldowns. But what it does is it immediately resets all your ability cooldowns, including your ultimate.
Including the ult?
You 2 charge of Genie Strength, which is the eyes and the passive meter, which we'll get to, and it resets all your item cooldowns. So once per game,
active
no
items is,
cooldown
oh my
will
god,
hold you back.
Yeah.
You just get to immediately pop it all and get them all back.
That's great. That's
Yeah, it is
cool.
pretty wild.
Yeah, it is pretty wild. All these wishes, we knew that if we were going to do the wishes justice, they had to be these very, very, very impactful things. So they get globally announced whenever you use it.
So you got to make them once per game if you want to make them like that impactful.
Even your relic cooldown gets reset when you wish?
I actually don't know off the top of my head where I landed on that. Let me check. Cooldowns 1. Yep.
Yes.
Relic as well. Okay, that's absolutely nutty, man. That's probably the best wish there. Obviously, reviving, you know, if you use it like hyper late game or something, you got 60-second respawn timer. That can be insane as well. You know, if you get picked, it doesn't really matter. Or like if there's somehow like a big wipe or something and respawns are like 70, 80 seconds, you can just respawn and like kill the Titan or whatever. Like you can make a lot of plays with all of them. But resetting not only all your ability cooldowns, including your ultimate, but also all your active items and your relic. Like you can just essentially make an entirely new play with that. You can just burn everything, including your ult, including your relic, all your active items, and then just wish for no cooldowns and just come straight back in, man. That is nutty powerful.
I was pretty sure, but I didn't want to like confirm that without checking. Okay, cool.
But you can only do it once in a game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So pick your moment or don't. Use it randomly.
Now, you can combo these, right, Pon? So if I wanted to use Wish for Wealth and then use Wish for Power to start confirming kills, that works?
Yep, you can use them at any point. You can burn all 3 instantaneously if you want. You can save them for the right time. You could not use them at all if you don't want to. But these are your 3 wishes, and making it so that once per game let us really ramp up these effects to be as powerful as possible.
Yeah.
So that's just as passive.
And
I know,
and then
right?
once you've used all the wishes, if you want to, you can sell the lamp.
Yes.
You don't get anything for it, right? It's 0
no,
gold to
zero
sell.
gold to sell it.
Yeah, you will sell the
but,
lamp once you get to 6
again,
slot,
it
but
gives
there's
you
no
that
reason to
passive
sell it
effect. So it's good
before
in your
then, because
inventory
it's just
by
giving you free
default
sets.
always. But if you realize as you get towards the later stages of the game, you really need a specific item and it's taking up your build inventory, you can sell it so that you can just use it for a different item. We just want to allow that flexibility, even if it's a little off theme, that you can sell the lamp. It just comes back. The Genie after the match just goes like, that was a joke. I'm back.
Right, yeah.
The item does not disappear after you use all 3. It's just you can sell it. So if you want to buy another active item or some other item in general.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pon, one more question on the pass before we move to the abilities. The lamp counts as an active item towards your 3, correct?
It does count as an active. So that's also another reason why you might want to sell it to have access to another active item.
Not that junglers got too many active items in general,
passive.
but
right.
Actually, there's
might come
another
up
part
at
which
some
is
point.
But wait.
there's more.
There's more.
It's the eyes here. You can see these are the Genie charges. These are actually what allows Aladdin to bring out the Genie in a fight. So you can see here as I activate my first ability, it's a ability that kind of comes together to shoot a bigger projectile. When I fire it out, this ability can be refired. And when I refire it, the Genie appears and pushes that projectile back at me. And it took one of those
so you have
charges
these like 2 charges on the passive meter. They get back, you get them back like every 15 seconds or something. Cooldown rate might affect that. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, you can use those to refire your abilities, and the Genie will do some kind of extra effect afterwards. And you get 2 of those. So, you know, if you're going all in a fight after a little bit of downtime, you're going to be able to do 2 of your basic abilities enhanced.
That's how his whole kit works, is 1, 2, and 3 all have this functionality. Once you use the ability, you'll be able to refire it so that you can have the Genie come in and follow up with some form of attack. So going by each ability, your first ability is I believe it's Kufic. Yeah, Kufic Invocation.
Yeah.
And this is Kufic is a specific art style of like scribing, like lettering to make very artistic pieces of work.
Yeah.
It actually this actually spells roughly Jin forward and backward.
Oh, nice. That's
So it
awesome.
actually has
That's
a little
cool.
extra tell. But you can fire as a shotgun blast that just deals damage to targets that pass through with reduced reduction. And you can fire these back as all these separate
Nice.
different projectiles. Or you can charge it, which increases the hit area, the length that it travels, as well as it basically does the full damage as if you would have hit all 5 of the small projectiles.
It's a cool
You can fire
effect
that
as
and it's
well.
having them come back. So this gives a lot of applications. If you can get on top of someone, you can just quickly shotgun blast this as one of the lowest pre-fire abilities in the game. But you have to be right on top of them.
Yeah.
Or you can charge it up for a more long-range poke.
Very
The second
cool, very
ability
cool.
is Sultan's Grace. This is a pretty standard dash. He dashes through targets, dealing damage. And you can see I have this little refire circle, which if I call, the Genie comes in and just unleashes a flurry of
That's
punches.
crazy, man. The animation of that looks sick.
And the Genie is a separate character. He's not Aladdin, so if Aladdin's stunned, CC'd, dead, the Genie will just keep punching.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably one of the ones you're going to use Refire on the most as well, because that damage seems like it's pretty much unmissable. I'm pretty sure it tracks you, and so as long as you're in melee range of someone, you're not going to miss the damage on that, whereas with like the one Refiring coming back to you, you might miss the projectiles. It kind of feels a little bit like Ishtar ult in that way, you know, when Ishtar ult recalls, you know, obviously they get slowed, I believe, and crippled with Ishtar ult, so it's a little bit easier, but it's probably going to be hard to confirm that return swing sometimes. Whereas that's just like completely free damage if you use it on the two.
You can freely cast other abilities during this. You can freely fight. If someone stuns you, these will continue to go out. Just gives this ability extra utility that other abilities don't have. And also the 2 does more damage as I dash the target. So if I keep dashing through the target, which
yeah, it's like a soft execute. Does more damage.
Just starts to ramp up. So now it's doing 180, 187. This does more and more damage as you get them lower and lower. So it's a nice finishing move. And that finishing bonus damage scales with intelligence. So if you want to go pure,
I almost feel like that should be on the 1 instead of the 2. Maybe that's a small nitpick, but I feel like usually you're going to be engaging or like chasing with the dash. I guess if you're chasing with it, you could use it as an execute. But I feel like maybe the 1 would be better for that regard.
Intelligence-focused Aladdin. Your 2 is going to be a really strong finishing move.
Yeah, and just to kind of reiterate on the while you're calling in the Genie to do the 2 punching, you can be channeling your 1 to. You can weave these.
Yeah, you're not channeling it. It's just kind of happening.
So you can see here, I'm freely firing that ability and calling it back.
And yeah, I was right. It does kind of like track you with the Genie punches, so that's going to be absolutely free damage as long as you can stay in melee range. Which shouldn't be a problem because Aladdin has insane mobility.
So the 3, as you saw, is the wall run ability. This is one that we wanted to do for a really long time.
Yeah, this is so
sick,
sick,
you can see here, I can target along the wall. If I go straight
up,
just run straight up the wall.
You just climb like straight up walls, man.
Or I can choose to run along the wall, and I curve
around
go
around the side and stuff.
This works on.
You can go straight over walls as well, I believe.
Basically block character movement that aren't characters.
Works on player-made walls, works on towers.
My tower, that's perfectly fine. If I want to run along it to disorient my
That's so sick, man. Like spiraling up the tower. That's actually so cool. If someone's tower diving you, you just do that. You avoid like all the damage.
I can run along this wall and transition to the wall and off the wall.
Yeah, because I assume you'll be untargetable when you're wall running. So that's a long duration, like untargetable if you want to buy some time.
If you want to go in the same place that you are, you can.
Pretty long jump as well.
If you want to run along the wall to get a lot of distance, you can do that as well. Our goal here is really to make this feel fluid and feel like
that's so cool, man.
We really could.
It looks like it's programmed really well. Like this is the kind of ability that was probably a nightmare to program.
You can run up and over this wall.
Just run up and jump over.
This camp. That's
go for ganks and stuff.
And the refire for this ability is where you call the Genie to actually augment the attack. So here, if I run up the wall, while I'm running, I could toggle it on. And when I land, the Genie comes and slams down.
Smacks down.
This does a knock straight up. I think that camp is a little bit in its interaction. If I actually use it here, knocks up
so you can get a little knock up on the way in.
Abilities. That's like a really good way to confirm your really quick fire of the.
Yeah, I believe that's his only hard CC in the base kit as well.
So that's his 1, 2, and 3.
You gotta burn your mobility
you can fire these in any order. You can do things like you can fire off this one, run along the wall, get behind someone, and pull it back to you, so you damage people along the way. Man. There's a lot of really interesting ways to weave these abilities.
Yeah, I feel like you're not going to enhance the one all that much. I feel like the 2 and 3 have better enhance effects. But.
So the ult, just really quick personal tangent. I think I have pitched internally the 1v1 ult at least 6 times.
It's a cool concept, man. I think they've done it really well here as well.
Because we come up with a laundry list of reasons why it's really difficult to implement. The balance of it can often feel like you just are trapped in a losing situation. It's unfun for the other person. So our answer for that is actually that the 1v1 ultimate, you see here as I fire it, we're fighting 1v1.
The arena looks so cool,
this
man. I love that.
This is going to be hidden in release, but there's something over there. There's actually a lamp on the field right now. And that lamp is interactable by other people. So you pull someone else in, but their teammate can easily hop in this fight to start helping them out.
Or so you can use like your interact key on the lamp that's on the map at any time, and you can jump into that fight. I believe later on they say damaging someone stops them from interacting with the lamp. So they can't just immediately go in there for free. If they are like actively fighting someone, they're probably not coming into the lamp. But in theory, everyone on the map can join in on that like crazy 1v1.
Someone while they're surrounded by 3 of your teammates, and everyone can just dogpile in and like, nope, there's no hopping over any walls here, there's no escaping this. You're gonna have to fight 4v1 right now. And just being able to split up the team fight and create interesting dynamics made this feel like a really strong addition rather than just kind of doing the 1v1 ult for the sake of doing the 1v1 ult. And it even has further implications like...
Yeah, that
if you
will help
think
with
your
like reducing frustration factors as well, I think, because you can't just like run into the entire enemy backline, isolate like their mid laner and just kill them for free, because if you're going deep in the enemy backline and your team aren't around to follow up on that, the entire enemy team's just going to come into the lamp and kill you anyway. But like if you're doing it more sensibly in a fight that's like maybe already started and your team are around to keep them from just entering the lamp and killing you, or maybe even your team can come into the lamp and support you, then you can kind of use it in that way. But you can't just like blink into 5 people when your team aren't around and just literally kill someone for free.
Mate can win that fight against Aladdin. You could actually play defense on the lamp and block people from entering the fight by damaging them, because it's interrupted by damaging. And I'm going to show just real quick so you can actually see. I have these Aladdins over here so that we can actually see what that looks like on the outside perspective.
And this is a skill shot, just for chats. So you
Yeah,
do have to
skill
actually
shot.
hit people with your lamp when you throw it.
I don't know if
for them
CC
to get
immunity will
sucked
stop
in.
it as well.
So here we fire it, and you can see the lamp's actually here.
Looks like CC
We have an
immunity
icon to
probably
indicate
should
who's
stop
in
it.
the lamp right now. And then when I join, I'm now in the fight, and I'm able to actually help fight against this person. It's
That's
a
so
16-second
sick,
fight where at 8 seconds you're able to leave.
I can see the floor is like
and
pulsing
you
out.
can also
away
leave
and then
early if
timer
either
expires.
Aladdin or the target dies, but there's still enough people in the lamp to have a fight.
Yeah.
There is. I think I also claimed the longest tooltip.
Oh, there we go.
Jesus Christ, man.
It keeps scrolling.
Obviously, you
There's a
don't need
lot
to
of
learn all of
edge
that to be able to
cases
use
with
the
an ultimate like
ability or
I even
play
have some
around the
lawyer
ability,
language
but
in
yeah,
here.
it's
I
probably a
think
lot
the
of
second
rules
point
to
is
it.
hereby referred to as combatants because I needed a term.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of stuff going on to this. The big thing that we wanted to do though was make it feel like a fair fight that was in Aladdin's favor, but didn't feel like an immediate loss. So there's a few things we've also done in the background here where, first things first, there's actually a minimum health that both Aladdin and his target get restored to. And at the start of the game, this is actually pretty fair and even about what happens. And as you rank up this ability, the fight becomes more and more unfair in favor of Aladdin. So at level
Makes
5,
sense.
you have a pretty fair fight, but as it goes further and further along, you start to have more health restored than they are. They actually get less health restored. You get actually higher cooldown rate. They get lesser cooldown rate. You get protections. They never get any protections. And Aladdin
Right, so
resets
yeah,
all-
the benefits are generally in Aladdin's favor, regardless of rank, but they get more and more in his favor as you rank the ability up. Also, that health restore is interesting. You know, if you restore to, let's say, like 80% health, you know, you want to be doing this when the enemy is, like, above that threshold, so they get no healing, but when you're super low, because then you'll get a ton of healing and still be able to win that fight when you definitely would have not won it if you didn't use the lamp. So yeah, that's really cool, honestly. The ultimate, I feel like it's done in a really good way. Like, this kind of an ability could end up being super toxic if you didn't design it well, but it looks like it is designed really well with, you know, careful attention paid to it, not just being, I'm going to blink in and instantly kill someone no matter what. Like, he is going to win that 1v1, but people can enter the lamp if he uses it poorly, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it is designed in a super great way. And also, like, the wall run seems, like, technically incredibly impressive. I love the way that looks. Just in general, I haven't talked about the visuals, but he looks absolutely sick on the visuals as well. You can really see the UE5 upgrade, I feel, with this character. Like, he just looks absolutely amazing, like, texture quality-wise. But yeah, that is Aladdin in-game. I won't babble on too much longer. Probably don't want to make this like a 25-minute video or anything like that, but that is Aladdin in-game. He's looking absolutely sick. There'll probably be a flash test going on later today that I will likely be streaming, trying to play some Aladdin. So definitely hop over to the Twitch when I'm live later. I'll ping everyone in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, link is down below. And I will catch you guys for another one later on. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.